going to use Java in order to demonstrate about abstract class here. So we're going to create a new Java application. Next, this one is abstract class demo. Okay, abstract class demo. In order to create an abstract class, okay. In order to create an abstract class, you're going to create a new new class. This one is called the vehicle, as we already stated. Okay, abstract is a place for you to declare all the common characteristics, common behaviors of all the classes of this type, which is a vehicle. And if you say it is a vehicle, you're going to have private string type, and you're going to have private int numbers of rows. Okay, and then you're going to have a common constructor of this one. You're going to have common getters and setter for this one, because all vehicles are going to have these properties and these things. Then all of its subtypes like bike or car are going to have the same set of common methods, okay, or common behaviors, and one of them is to have public void to start the vehicle. However, for the start of the vehicle, okay, it may be different from each type one to another. Let's say for the bike, it's gonna show I'm riding the bike, and for the car, it show I'm driving the car. So it's meaningless for us to implement this method here. Okay, and anyway, when you use something, it is not generally a vehicle, but it should be, some concrete, implementation like the bike or the car. So this one, we don't give the method implementation for this because the subclass is going to override them anyway. And in this case, this kind of method is called an abstract method. And a class which contains an abstract method, it must have abstract keyword there. Okay, an abstract class may not have the abstract method, but if it's contained an abstract method, it must be an abstract class. Okay, why do we give this abstract method, but we don't give the method implementation for it? As I already stated, it is not for reusability, because all the subclasses going to override this start method anyway. But why do you declare them here? Because it's going to, and we don't give the definition, because it's going to show that all vehicles, okay, of whatever kind will have the start method, even though it doesn't have the implementation, but the subtype will have to implement it. Okay. Then you have another method which is public void to stop. Okay, and for the stop method will show the same information for all the, like say the stop will show the same information for all the or its subtype like bike or car, which is to show the that the times is stop. So you're gonna show okay there, then you're gonna place the type there, car or bike is stop. Okay, so it's going to be the same for every of its subtypes. That's why we give the implementation here. It's meaningful to give the implementation here. So we can reuse this one. We can reuse all of the other things here. Okay, for reusability in the subtypes. However, we don't reuse the start class method, because their subtype, all of the subtype will have different implementation for this one. So we don't give the definition of the start method. We still declare it here, because we enforce that all of the subtype, if it is a vehicle, it must have the method which is start. So right now, you can give the implementation of the bike class. Let's say, okay, the bike class. So we're going to create a class which is the bike class. Okay, and the bike class is set to extend, okay, our abstract class, which is the vehicle. Okay, and if a bike class extends the vehicle and it doesn't implement the abstract method from the vehicle, it must have the abstract, must be abstract as well. Okay, must be abstract as well. Okay, like this. However, in this case, I don't really want my bike to be abstract, but my bike is really a concrete class. So I'm going to implement the constructor. In order to create a bike, we're going to specify the bike which is having two wheels, okay, and the type is of course bike. Okay, the type is of course bike. So we can reuse You can reuse the constructor from the vehicle. We can reuse the type properties and the number of wheels property from the vehicle class. Okay, you can now reuse also the method start, the method stop of the class. But in order, and you have to implement. Okay, you have to implement the methods of the vehicle here, which is the start method. Okay, which is showing that I'm riding the bike. Okay, I'm riding the bike. Because this implementation is different, and also the vehicle doesn't provide you that implementation. Okay, it's only declare that that is a method like that. Okay, so similarly, you can create the implementation of the car class. Okay, and the car class here is going to extend the vehicle, because your car is a vehicle as well. Okay, and similarly, it's going to implement the you must either implement the abstract method of the car, or you must make the car class abstract. Okay, of the vehicle. Sorry, you must implement the abstract method of the vehicle, or you must make this car class abstract. And we're going to implement the method start here. And for this one, it's going to show driving the car instead of riding the bicycle. And you need to reuse the constructor of the car. So when you create the car, if you don't know how to use this constructor, you're gonna look at the polymorphic inheritance section. Okay, the type of the car is of course car, and the wheels is, let's just make it default 4 wheels. Okay, 4 wheels. So you see from here, the bike and the car make use of all of the other like common characteristic, common properties of the vehicle with their declaration and their getter setters, and it make use of the constructor as well, getter setter, and make use of the constructor as well, and it's reuse the method stop as well. But it must give the implementation for the start method, and it must give the implementation of the start method, because they have their own individual start methods, and they are different. That's why you don't define them here, but you define them in the subclasses. Okay, for use of this abstract class vehicle, you cannot create vehicle v equal to new vehicle like this. Okay, this one is gonna be an error, because you cannot instantiate a class, an abstract class. But you can create a pointer vehicle v, and you can reference it to a new type, which is new car, a new bike. Okay, and then right now you can take the v, you can do get type, you can do set type, so on and so forth. Okay, get wheels, so you make use of the vehicle methods, and you can also add the bike to start. Okay, you can add the bike to stop. Okay, and this one is you are working with bike. Okay, similarly, if you're working with a car, okay, you can take that one as a reference equal to new car. Okay, and this one you can add the car dot you can add the car to start, you can add the car to stop as well. Okay, you can add the car to stop as well, and you can reuse all the other properties like getter setters from the abstract class. Okay, so again, anything which is reusable, you're going to define them in the abstract class. Anything which is individually different for their subclasses, you're going to just declare them without defining them and let their child classes define them. Okay, so if you run this one, you'll see the bike, I'm riding the bike is stopped, the car, I'm driving the car is stopped there. Okay, that is pretty much it about abstract class.